much, Wendell. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good evening. I am deeply honored to receive this award from Black Theater United, a powerful organization led by legends, many of whom I've had the privilege of working alongside. To be seen in this way means more than words can express. But being visible wasn't always part of my story. When I first decided to become a choreographer, I knew the road ahead wouldn't be even. It was 2002, I was 22, and I just received my first professional commission from Hubbard Street 2. I was thrilled and terrified. I didn't know all the rules of the business, but I knew enough to understand that as a Black woman, I was entering a world that might not fully see me. As we know, dance is visual, so unlike the women writers who once used aliases I couldn't hide. What I could do was stay grounded and create my own language. Early on, I made 3 promises to myself. Never apologize for who I am, keep digging, keep excavating my own voice, methodology, and style, and no matter what room I'm in, never change who I am for anyone. People often see the accolades, but behind them are countless challenges. In 2006, I started my own dance company. In 2010, I felt a pull to expand, to bring my storytelling to theater. So I made a decision to focus on my company and take a leap forward to theater. When I shared that dream with people outside my circle, I quickly realized how impossible it sounded to them. I'd get invited out for coffee, only to realize I was in the middle of an intervention. People said, "Why theater? The dance world is hard enough for Black female leaders." Or, "You're doing well for a Black woman. Don't aim so high, it's a risk. Your work will suffer." Some even assumed that my male associate was the choreographer and I was his assistant. They couldn't imagine me leading. And as someone who was quiet, so quiet my nickname in elementary school was Camille Mouse, I had to find my own way to speak loudly. Eventually, I realized my work was my voice. And though the playing field was not even, it pushed me to create from a place of truth, to see my difference as my design and part of my destiny. I decided that my dreams were bigger than others people's assumptions about what I couldn't do. Through it all, one thing has remained constant: the power of community. I'd like to thank 3 Black women that are still supportive of me today. Indira Goodwine, who started as a dancer in my company, became my company manager, and eventually my managing director. For a very long time, it was just me and her, in, on, and under the ground. Chantel Bell, who offered to submit a proposal to the National Dance Project grant supported by NEFA to support my work in 2011. I was told from others that the grant was extremely competitive, and since it was my first time applying, I most likely would not get it. Chantel submitted it anyway, and I got that grant, and NDP has supported all of my work since then. Teresa Ruth Howard, a writer whose mission is to uplift the authenticity of Black dance and educates readers who may not always be familiar with the source material to better understand and hopefully appreciate what they are seeing. She writes about my work in a way that makes me feel affirmed and valued. Black Theater United is a reflection of the power of community, of what happens when artists come together not just to create, but to protect, to amplify, to dream collectively. Tonight's honor reminds me that none of us move alone. Every step, every gesture, every risk, it's been guided by those who came before and those walking beside me. And in this moment, I want to thank my parents. My mother, Lorraine Brown, who was born and raised in Jamaica, Queens, New York, and is a retired social worker who is one of the most knowledgeable people I know about the history of musical theater. She introduced me to this love of hers, and I loved it too. She instructs me to never let anyone take my stuff away, not even myself. This gem is inspired by Ndajake Shange's poem, "Somebody Almost Walked Off with All of My Stuff." That's right. From her choreo poem for color girls who have considered suicide when the rainbow is enough. I was honored to direct and choreograph the revival of this play for Broadway in 2022. Thank you. Recently, this has been a particularly difficult time for me as I have been navigating the grief of losing my father, Stanley Tyrone Brown. I not only served as his primary caregiver, but I loved deeply as his daughter. He was born and raised in Harlem, New York, and was a retired parole officer and a basketball coach for young black male youth. Since he coached basketball, he would connect how I worked in the studio with coaching, and when he knew I was headed to rehearsal, he would say, "Go get him, coach." I am grateful to have had a father who supported, encouraged, and inspired me to simply be me. I will carry his spirit with me all the days of my life. Both my mom and dad encouraged me to get in any ring and give it my best shot. So though I have grief, I walk in the spirit of joy because I'm a black girl from Southeast Jamaica, Queens, New York. Who has an entire community of people holding and protecting me in this moment. Thank you, Black Theater United, for seeing me, for lifting me, and for continuing to make space where our stories, our bodies, and our brilliance can shine. Thank you.
Camille A. Brown.